YouTubers, we were just doing a deal about hackamores and how they work for Patreon, and as I was talking and staring at this skull, I wanted to point out something, and this camera might have to do some pretty good camera work, but you see right here is a dimple on both sides. I point it out with my pen a little better. Can you see that little dimple right there in the bone? On both sides there. And it actually, the camera won't be able to see this, but that groove actually goes down into here about this far on both sides. So what is that? Well, that is where the sniffer is. I don't know if any of you have ever heard somebody talk about a sniffer or watched somebody stand on this side of their horse and take their finger, and there's a soft spot right here. This is right above where the nostril starts. And it's soft up here too, but there's an extra soft spot right here. And it's called the sniffer. And what it is it's kind of the beginning of their sinus, or depending on how you look at it, maybe it's the backside of their sinus. But it's where their sinus is, and it's really soft and really sensitive. And there's a little groove right there. And so if you're trying to flex their neck by using that sniffer, a lot of times if you can't tell the difference between where the softest part is, it's the softest part, you can, even when they've got flesh on, you can run your finger either up or down and you'll feel where that little groove is. Right there, that little groove in the bone, that's the soft spot to push on. And that's a thing that I like to do. I wish I did it more, but I don't think about it as often as I should. But a lot of times, if I've got a horse that's pretty stiff one way or the other, or even if they're just kind of funny about you being on one side, like for instance on the off side, if they don't really like you walking around over there, they're kind of a cowboy broke horse, or if they're bad to bridle, not like paw at you bad to bridle, but the kind of horse that just wants to turn his head away so you can't bridle him, you can reach around and push on that sniffer and they will give to it, and they will bend their head around to you. And then you can hold pressure on that sniffer and then let go. And they'll put their head back and you can pull it around again. And almost all of them, after 3 or 4 times, then they'll leave their head right here, even once you left off. And you can pet on them, tell them they're good, get their neck stretched. Or on the other side, if you're trying to bridle them, you can get your head stall over their head and pull that sniffer around and pull that sniffer around. And then when they finally leave it over there soft where it needs to be, you can put your bridle on. So that's just a handy dandy little trick, and since I had the skull out, I thought I'd point out that exactly where that is, and it's built directly into the bone structure, and that's a way to find it if your finger can't tell the difference between where that softest spot is. You can feel that dimple in the bone. That's all there is to say about that.